Every mom and dad knows that awful feeling when their kids cry for someone who's gone forever and won't come back. Thomas McKenna buried his wife 6 months ago, and his two little girls still called out for their mama during those dark nights in Colorado. The guy, who was now a widower living in the mountains, was really struggling with all the sadness and the job of taking care of everything by himself, raising 7-year-old Emma and 4-year-old Lucy all alone in their faraway cabin. He couldn't fix their hair in braids the right way or fix their ripped dresses like Sarah used to do. When a bad fall storm brought a woman named Catherine to his door, all wet and hungry with no place to go, Thomas thought this could help both of them. She needed a place to stay. His girls needed a mom's help, so he gave her a deal that could change it all. But what goes on when two hurt people find out that the best love can come from just being kind in small ways? Before we get back to it, say where you're listening from. And if this tale hits you, be sure you're signed up because tomorrow I've got something really cool saved for you. The wind made a loud howl through the pine trees like a ghost's cry, shaking the window covers on the McKenna cabin as Thomas sat by the last bits of the fire. His rough hands held Sarah's box of recipes, old pine wood with her neat writing on lots of cards inside. Cookies with molasses for when the girls feel sad, one said. Pot roast on Sunday with more carrots for Thomas, said another. Each card was like a memory of the woman who made this cabin warm and smelling like fresh bread. 6 months. Was it really that long since the fever got her? Some days it felt like just yesterday, other days like forever since he heard her soft humming as she worked at the kitchen table. Flour on her apron and love in her eyes when the girls ran in with hurt knees and crazy tales from playing outside. Thomas shut the recipe box and put it away, not able to look at her pretty writing anymore. The cabin felt empty without Sarah there, like an empty shell of what it used to be. Even with Emma and Lucy sleeping up in the loft, their quiet breaths hard to hear over the storm. The quiet felt heavy on him like something real. He took Sarah's wedding ring from under his flannel shirt, where it hung on a leather string next to his own ring. The plain gold ring caught the fire's glow, and for a second he could almost see her face in the moving flames, laughing at what Emma said, or singing Lucy to sleep with that old song about green fields. The girls, God help him. He was letting them down every day. This morning he tried to braid Emma's thick brown hair for school, but his big fingers messed it up until she ran away crying, saying she'd do it alone. Lucy wanted pancakes like Mama made, but his came out flat and burned. Nothing like Sarah's fluffy golden ones that made Sunday mornings feel like fun times. Emma, at 7, had gotten tough and watchful, trying to act like a mom to Lucy and hold their little world together. She looked at Thomas with serious dark eyes like she could keep the family safe just by trying hard. But Lucy, just 4 when Sarah died, was starting to forget. Her asks for Mama's songs and Mama's stories were happening less, and sometimes Thomas saw her look confused when Emma talked about their mom, like trying to catch smoke with her small hands. The worst was bedtime. Every night without fail, one or both girls woke up crying for Mama. Thomas would go up the ladder to the loft and hold them. His heart broke fresh each time Lucy asked when Mama was coming home, or when Emma cried that she couldn't remember Mama's voice anymore. He was a mountain man, raised on tough work and doing things himself. He could catch animals and hunt, make furniture with his hands, live through bad winters that would kill weaker guys. But he couldn't braid hair. He couldn't fix the small rips in their dresses with the nice stitches Sarah knew. He couldn't sing the songs that always calmed their worries, or know right away when Lucy needed more hugs, or when Emma was trying too hard to act big. The storm outside got worse, and Thomas got up to check the windows. Through the thick glass, he could see only swirling white. October storms in the high parts of Colorado could be dangerous, and this one had been coming all day. He'd spent the afternoon tying down the animals and bringing in more wood, glad the cabin was in a safe valley with thick pine trees to stop the worst wind. This was the life he and Sarah picked together, far out, taking care of themselves nice in its easy way. They'd built this cabin themselves the year after getting married, picking this spot for the spring that gave fresh water all year and the south side that would warm the rooms even in deep winter. Sarah planted her garden in the open spot, getting veggies and flowers from the rocky dirt with lots of patience and love. Now the garden lay empty, full of weeds. Thomas tried to keep it up after Sarah died, but with watching the girls and handling the animals, something had to go. Seeing those empty wild beds was another reminder every day of what he lost, all he couldn't bring back. A loud knock at the door surprised him from his sad thoughts. Who would be out in this weather? Thomas took his gun from above the fireplace. Being careful was normal in these far mountains, and he went to the heavy wood door. Who's there? He yelled, needing to be loud over the wind. Please, a woman's voice said, weak and needy. I need a place to stay just for the night. Thomas waited. It could be anyone, but the voice sounded really scared, and no good person would leave someone in a storm like this. He lifted the heavy wood bar and opened the door. The woman who almost fell inside was wet all over. Her dark hair stuck to her head, and her plain brown dress stuck to her skinny body. She held a small bag to her chest and looked up at him with eyes that had too much hurt for someone not much over 25. Ma'am, Thomas said, putting his gun away and helping her stand. Come in fast before you get too cold. She walked into the cabin's warmth, making puddles on Sarah's braided rugs. Thomas could see she was shaking from cold and being tired, her lips almost blue and her breath showing in the air. Sit by the fire, he said, leading her to Sarah's rocking chair. I'll get you something hot. He poured coffee from the pot on the stove and added a big splash of whiskey, then put one of Sarah's blankets around her shoulders. She took both with thanks, her shaking hands around the hot cup. Thank you, she said soft. I'm Catherine Walsh. Sorry to bother you, but I saw your light in the windows. Thomas looked at her face in the fire glow. Even tired and messy, she had a soft look, something in her eyes that showed kindness, even with the hard times that brought her here tonight. Thomas McKenna, he said plain, you're okay here until the storm goes. But I have to ask, what brings a woman by herself to these mountains in this weather? Catherine's eyes looked down at her hands on the coffee cup. I'm going places, she said quiet. Looking for a job or a place to live. My horse got hurt 2 days ago, and I've been walking since. When the storm came, I thought I'd die out there. Thomas nodded at the small bag she'd held tight. What's that? Her face got red. Just my stuff. All I own. She loosened her hold to show a worn shawl wrapped around a few poor things. All she owned. Thomas had seen enough tough times in his 32 years to know real need when he saw it. This woman wasn't just going places. She was running from something or looking for what she'd lost. The empty look in her eyes was like what he saw in his mirror. When did you last eat? He asked soft. Catherine's calm broke a bit. Yesterday morning. I had some bread, but it got wet in the storm. Without a word, Thomas went to the kitchen and started making a simple meal. Cold deer meat, bread Sarah taught him to make, beans from dinner. As he worked, he kept looking back at Catherine, who sat still in the rocking chair, like she was afraid to move, afraid to take too much space in his home. There was something about her being there that felt different from other strangers who'd asked for help over the years. Maybe it was how she started folding the blanket neat, even though she was tired, or how she quietly moved her wet boots from the fire to not hurt Sarah's rugs. Small things that showed good raising and thinking of others even in bad times. Here, Thomas said, putting a plate on the small table by her chair. It's not fancy, but it's hot and fills you up. Catherine looked up at him with so much thanks that Thomas felt his chest get tight. When had he last seen that look? Pure thanks for a small kindness. Not since Sarah's sickness, when every little comfort meant everything. Mr. McKenna, Catherine said soft, I can't thank you enough. I know you don't know me, and taking in strangers can be risky, Thomas finished. Yes, it can. But my wife always said turning away someone who really needs help is a wrong we'd pay for someday. He stopped. My late wife, knowing, showed in Catherine's eyes. I'm sorry for your loss. Thomas nodded, sitting in his chair across from her. 6 months now. It's been hard. Children? Catherine asked soft. 2 daughters, 7 and 4. They're sleeping upstairs. Thomas pointed to the loft. They've had a tough time. Catherine ate slow, like enjoying each bite, and Thomas found himself looking at her face in the fire glow. There was smartness there and strength under the tiredness. Whatever brought her to this bad spot hadn't broken her all the way. What kind of job are you looking for? He asked. Anything honest? Catherine said. I can cook, clean garden, help with animals. I'm not scared of hard work, and you're alone. No family? Catherine's hand stopped on her fork. No family? Not anymore. The hurt in those 4 words told Thomas there was a tale there, probably as sad as his. He didn't push, but he wondered what bad thing brought this soft-looking woman to his door, hungry and needy, carrying all she owned in a small bag. Outside, the storm kept going strong, and Thomas knew Catherine Walsh would stay at least the night, maybe more if the weather didn't stop. As she finished eating and leaned back in the rocking chair, her eyes getting heavy from being tired, Thomas felt something he hadn't felt in months, a feeling that his home wasn't as empty as it was that morning. It was a risky feeling for a man who told himself he and his girls could do it alone. But as Catherine's breathing got deep into sleep and the storm kept howling outside, Thomas wondered if maybe God had brought more than a stranger needing help to his door. This night, Thomas woke to quiet steps below and the smell of coffee making. For a second, still half asleep, he thought Sarah got up early to start breakfast. Then real life hit him and he remembered the storm, the knock, the woman named Catherine who'd needed help. He got dressed fast and went down from the loft where he'd slept after giving Catherine his bed. She stood at the stove, her dark hair braided neat, even without a good mirror, stirring something that smelled great. "I hope you don't mind," Catherine said without looking back. "I found some oats and thought I'd make breakfast. It's the least I can do after your kindness." "You didn't have to," Thomas started, but she turned with a soft smile that stopped him. "It's no trouble. I like to keep busy." She pointed to the table where she'd put out plates and cups with more care than Thomas had in months. "The storm's gone. You can see the mountains clear this morning." Thomas looked out the window at the clean white land, snow covering everything in a quiet blanket. The view should have made him feel better, but instead he felt a weird heaviness. The storm ending meant Catherine would go, and suddenly his cabin seemed set to go back to being empty. "Papa!" Emma's voice came from the loft, then both girls waking up. "Morning, sweetheart," Thomas called. "Come down for breakfast." The girls came to the top of the ladder in their nightclothes. Emma first with Lucy right behind. Both stopped when they saw Catherine, their eyes big with wonder and mix-up. "Girls, this is Miss Catherine Walsh. She stayed here from the storm last night." Emma's face got careful while Lucy looked around her sister with open wonder. Catherine smiled warm at both. "Good morning, Emma and Lucy. Your dad said you're 7 and 4. What big girls you are." Lucy smiled back shy, but Emma's frown got deeper. "Where's your husband?" she asked straight. "Emma," Thomas warned, but Catherine raised a soft hand. "It's okay. That's a good question." Catherine's smile dropped a bit. "I don't have a husband anymore, Emma. He died with our little boy from the fever like your mama." The words stayed in the air like a shared sad weight. Thomas felt his chest tight at the hurt in Catherine's voice, while Emma's mad look softened to something like knowing. "How old was your little boy?" Lucy asked in her tiny voice. 3, Catherine whispered. "His name was Daniel. He had curly hair like yours, Lucy, and he loved chasing butterflies." Lucy went down the ladder and came close to Catherine, slow. "I'm sorry your little boy died." Catherine knelt to Lucy's height, her eyes shiny with tears not fallen. "Thank you, sweetheart. I'm sorry your mama died, too." Emma stayed on the ladder, watching this with mixed feelings on her young face. Thomas could see her fight, the part that missed a woman's soft way, fighting with strong loyalty to Sarah's memory. As they sat for breakfast, Catherine's food was as good as the smell promised. The oats were creamy, just right. With dried berries she'd made soft somehow, and she'd made biscuits that were golden and light. "This is yummy," Thomas said, meaning it all. "Where did you learn to cook like this?" "My mom taught me. She said a woman who could feed people good would always have a place." Catherine's look got far. She was wrong about that, as it turned out. "What happened to your family?" Emma asked, her wonder beating her carefulness. Catherine was quiet for a bit, her hands on her coffee cup. When she spoke, her voice was just above a whisper. "We had a small farm in Kansas. James, my husband, we'd been married 3 years when the fever came to our area. It took Daniel first, then James a week later." She stopped, hard with the words. "I buried them both in one grave because I couldn't stand to split them." Thomas felt a known pain in his chest, the same grief as his. "What did you do then?" "Tried to keep the farm, but without James, I couldn't do it alone. The bank took it after 6 months. I've been going places since, looking for work, for a place to fit again." Catherine looked at her hands. "It's been 2 years now." 2 years. Thomas tried to think of walking for 2 years with nothing but a small bag. No home, no family, no real rest. The alone feeling was huge. "Where were you going when the storm hit?" he asked. "Nowhere special. I'd heard there might be jobs in mining camps, but Catherine shrugged with no hope. Those aren't spots for women alone. I've been staying in towns when I found work, moving when I couldn't." Emma had been listening close, her young mind thinking hard. "So, you don't have anywhere to go, Emma?" Thomas said quiet, but Catherine answered true. "No, I don't. but I've learned to get by. People are nicer than you think, especially in storms. After breakfast, as Catherine got her few things and got ready to go, Thomas found himself thinking of an idea that grew since he saw her nice way with Lucy. It was not practical, maybe risky, for sure, not normal. But as he looked at his girls, Emma trying to braid Lucy's hair with bad fingers, Lucy asking when Catherine would come back, he knew need could make a man think of things he'd never thought. "Miss Walsh," he said as she reached for her worn shawl, "before you leave, can I talk to you alone?" Catherine nodded, and Thomas took her out to the porch, where they could speak without the girls hearing. The morning air was fresh and clean after the storm, and snow sparkled like jewels in the early sun. "What I'm going to say might sound wrong," Thomas started, his heart beating fast. "But I want you to listen before you answer." Catherine waited, her face blank. "You need a home and safety. My girls need a woman's care, someone who knows loss, who can give them the soft help I can't." Thomas took a deep breath. "I'm offering a useful setup. Marriage in name, a team for both sides. You'd have a home, safety, a place to fit. The girls would have someone to braid their hair and sing them to sleep and teach them what their mom would have." Catherine's eyes got big, and Thomas talked fast before she could speak. "I'm not talking about love or romance. It would be a deal between two people who lost what they loved most and are trying to make something good from what's left. We'd be teammates, helping each other and the kids. Nothing more unless someday we both want more." Catherine looked at him shocked, and Thomas felt his face get hot. Had he got it all wrong? Was she shocked by his idea? "Mr. McKenna," she said at last, her voice shaky. "That's very nice, but you don't know me. For all you know, I could be a good woman who's had too much heartbreak." Thomas cut in, soft. "I can see that. The way you thanked me for small kindness, how you made breakfast without asking, how you talked to Lucy about your son. Those aren't fake." Catherine turned away, looking at the snow-covered mountains. Thomas could see her hands shake as she held her small bag. "I have to tell you something," she said, quiet, "about my past. It's not I haven't been totally true." Thomas waited, his stomach tight with worry. "James and I, we weren't married legal. We couldn't be because he was married to someone else." Catherine's voice got smaller. "I lived as his wife for 3 years, had his child, but in the law and church I was just his mistress." The words stayed between them like a big gap. Thomas felt the heavy of this news, knowing now why Catherine was so needy, why good jobs were hard to find. A woman with that name would be pushed away by most places. "His real wife lived back east," Catherine went on, her voice hard to hear. "She wouldn't let him divorce, so we just pretended. When the fever took James and Daniel, she came and took everything. The farm, the house, even Daniel's toys. I had no legal right to anything." Thomas was quiet for a bit, thinking about this. It made things harder. Taking in a woman with that past would bring bad talk from neighbors, maybe hurt his girl's place in town. But as he looked at Catherine's lowered head, at the shame coming from her small body, he thought about the nice way she moved, the soft way she'd talk to his daughters, the thanks in her eyes for simple kindness. "Miss Walsh," he said at last, "look at me." Catherine slowly lifted her eyes to his, and he saw fear there. Fear of being turned away, of being sent out again. "We've all made picks we'd change if we could go back. What matters to me is the woman I see now. Kind, honest enough to tell a truth that might lose her all. Good with kids who've known too much loss." Thomas stopped. "My offer is still there. If you're willing to help me raise my girls with love and patience to be a teammate in making a life together, then your past is your business." Catherine's eyes got teary. "You would still, even knowing, especially knowing," Thomas said strong, "you could have lied, could have let me think what I wanted. Instead, you risked all to tell the truth. That says more about who you are than any paper could." Catherine was quiet so long, Thomas thought she'd say no. When she spoke, her voice was full of feeling. "Yes," she whispered. "Yes, Mr. McKenna, I take your offer." Thomas felt relief and fear mix in him. They were both jumping big on faith. Two hurt people hoping they could help each other get better. "We'll need to talk about how it works," he said. "How this will go, what we'll tell the girls, what we'll tell neighbors." Catherine nodded, wiping her eyes with her hand back. "And we should be clear about what we expect. I don't want mix-ups later," agreed. But first, Thomas held out his hand to her. "Partners." Catherine looked at his hand for a second, then reached in her small bag and took out a ripped photo. In it, Thomas could see faded pictures of a man and a small boy, though the picture was hurt by water and broken. "James and Daniel," she said simple. The only picture I have left? She looked at Thomas. I want you to know part of my heart will always be theirs. Thomas nodded, serious. Just as part of mine will always be Sarah's. Maybe that's what will make this work. We both know love doesn't stop with death, and we're not trying to take the place of what we lost. Catherine put the photo back careful in her bag, then took Thomas's hand. Her hold was strong even with shaking fingers. Partners, she agreed as they shook on their unusual deal. Thomas felt the first bit of something he hadn't felt in months. Hope. It was weak and not sure, but real. Maybe two hurt people could help each other get better. Maybe his girls could have the mom's love they needed so bad. Only time would say if they picked right. But as Catherine smiled through tears and the morning sun made the snow mountains gold, Thomas let himself think that maybe, just maybe, they were all going to be okay. The wooden doll lay left on Emma's bed, its painted face looking blank at the ceiling. Thomas carved it for her 3rd birthday, spending weeks in his shop making the small features and sewing the tiny dress with Sarah's patient help. Emma named her Rosie and took her everywhere until the morning Catherine Walsh became Catherine McKenna. I don't need Rosie anymore, Emma said with 7-year-old seriousness when Catherine offered to fix the doll's ripped dress. I'm too old for dolls? But Thomas saw his daughter holding Rosie in the dark before morning, whispering secrets to the wooden face when she thought no one heard. The doll was more than kid comfort. It was a real link to the time when Mama was alive and things made sense. 3 weeks passed since Catherine came. 3 weeks since their quiet wedding with only the traveling preacher to see. Judge Morrison did the legal parts with clear not liking, making it plain he thought Thomas was making a bad mistake. The neighbors' ways went from nice worry to straight mad, but Thomas expected that. What he didn't see coming was how hard Emma's feelings were about the new family way. Catherine got into the cabin's ways with good speed. She'd taken over cooking, cleaning, and fixing with better skills than Thomas's bad tries. The meals were hot and tasty. The clothes were fixed right, and Lucy stopped crying for Mama every night, because now she had Mama Catherine to sing her to sleep. But Emma watched every talk with doubtful eyes, like Catherine was a fake who might go if tested right. She pushed limits all the time, leaving plates dirty, forgetting to hang her coat, asking sharp questions about Catherine's past that made all uneasy. Emma, please set the table for dinner, Catherine said soft, as she had every evening for 3 weeks. I don't have to, Emma answered, not looking from the book she pretended to read. You're not my real mother. The words stayed in the air like a hit. Thomas saw Catherine's hand stop on the pot she stirred, saw the small, tight around her eyes she tried to hide. No, Catherine agreed, quiet. I'm not your real mother, and I would never try to take her place. But I am part of this family now, and families help each other. We were a family before you came, Emma said back fast. We didn't need you, Emma. That's enough, Thomas said sharp. But Catherine shook her head. It's okay. She has every right to feel mad about changes to her family. Catherine turned to look at Emma straight. You're right. You were a family before I came and you got by without me. Your papa loves you and Lucy more than anything, and nothing changes that. Emma looked up from her book, not expecting this. But Catherine kept going. Sometimes families get bigger. Sometimes new people come who want to help and care for who's already there. I'm not trying to take your mama's place, Emma. I'm just hoping to find a spot here where I can fit, too. Why here? Emma asked. Why our family? Catherine was quiet a second, thinking her answer careful. Because you needed someone and I needed a place to fit. Because your papa is a good man who was kind to a stranger. And because you and Lucy deserve someone who can braid your hair right and teach you things men sometimes don't know. Papa braids my hair, okay? Emma lied, touching the crooked braids Thomas did that morning without thinking. Of course he does, Catherine agreed, serious. He does his best at all, and that's what makes him a great papa. Lucy, who played quiet with her corn-husk doll, suddenly said, I like how Mama Catherine braids my hair. It doesn't pull like when Papa does. Emma gave her sister a mad look. Don't call her Mama Catherine. She's not our mama, but she takes care of us like a mama, Lucy said, mixed up by Emma's mad. She makes good food and reads stories and sings sleepy songs. She's not Mama, Emma said strong. Mama had yellow hair and she smelled like lavender and she let me help in the garden. She's never coming back. But that doesn't mean we need a new mama. The hurt in Emma's voice made Thomas's chest hurt. His daughter was stuck between needing mom care and strong loyalty to Sarah's memory. Can't take one without feeling like betraying the other. Catherine knelt to Emma's height, her voice soft but strong. You're right, Emma. I'm not your mama, and I never could be. Your mama was special and pretty, and she loved you more than words. Nothing about me here changes that or makes her less big. Emma's bottom lip shook. Then why are you here? Because sometimes God puts people together when they need each other. You and Lucy needed help with the house and meals and things papas struggle with. And I needed a home and family to fit in because I was very alone and scared. Were you really scared? Lucy asked, climbing into Catherine's lap with the easy trust of a 4-year-old. Very scared, Catherine admitted, fixing Lucy's curls. I was alone so long and I didn't know where to sleep or eat. When your papa gave me a home here, it felt like the answer to every prayer for 2 years. Emma thought about this, her young mind working adult feelings. But why marry Papa? Why not just live here and help? Thomas and Catherine looked quick at each other. They had talked how to explain their deal to the girls, picking a true version young minds could get because that's how families work. Thomas said soft, when adults decide to care for each other and live together, they marry. It's a promise to stay and help, especially when hard, like when Mama was sick, Emma asked, quiet. Yes, sweetheart. Marriage is a promise to care no matter what. Catherine and I promise to care for each other and you girls. Emma was quiet a long time, flipping book pages without thinking. Then she looked at Catherine with eyes too serious for 7. Do you promise you won't leave if we get sick like Mama? Catherine's breath stopped and Thomas saw her eyes get teary. She blinked fast. I promise, Emma, I will never leave you and Lucy on purpose. The only way I'd leave is if something happened to me, like to your mama. And that's not something we control. What if I'm mean to you? What if I don't like you? Then I'll still be here, Catherine said, simple. Being family means staying when people are mad or sad or scared. It means loving even when hard. Emma looked at Catherine's face like checking for lies. Finding none, she seemed to decide inside. I guess you can stay, she said like a queen giving mercy. But I'm still not calling you Mama Catherine. That's fine, Catherine agreed. Call me what feels right. Can I call you Catherine, if that's comfy for you? Emma nodded strong, then went back to her book. But Thomas saw she didn't fight when Catherine asked again about the table, and she even said a quiet thank you when Catherine said nice about her neat silver. Progress, Thomas thought. Slow, careful progress, but progress. That evening, as Catherine helped the girls for bed, Thomas watched from the kitchen as she worked patient through tangles in Lucy's hair and listened to Emma's long tale of a story she read. There was something special about seeing his girls get the soft, careful care they'd missed, even if Emma still held back some. Papa, Lucy called from the loft. Will you say goodnight? Thomas went up the ladder to find both girls in bed. Catherine on Lucy's bed edge with a soft smile. Sweet dreams, little ones, Catherine said, kissing Lucy's forehead. She stopped at Emma's bed, not sure about lines. Good night, Catherine, Emma said quiet. Thank you for the good biscuits at dinner. Catherine's smile got bigger. You're welcome, Emma. Sleep well. As Catherine went down the ladder, Thomas tucked quilts around both girls and kissed goodnight. He was almost down when Emma's voice stopped him. Papa, do you think Mama would be mad about Catherine here? Thomas sat on Emma's bed edge, picking words careful. What do you think, sweetheart? Emma was quiet. I think maybe Mama would be glad someone nice takes care of us. But I still miss her. I miss her too, Emma, every day. And it's okay to miss her while glad Catherine helps. Can I love both? Mama and Catherine. Thomas felt his throat tight with feeling. Oh, sweetheart, yes. Love doesn't run out. You can love Mama forever and have love for Catherine, too. There are different loves, but they can both be real and big. Emma thought, then nodded serious. Okay, Papa. I think I can. As Thomas went down from the loft, he found Catherine by the fireplace, looking at flames with thinking look. That went better than I thought, he said quiet. Catherine turned with a smile that had relief and sad. She's guarding her mom's memory. I get that fully. It may take time for her to take you fully. That's okay, Catherine said. Some things are worth waiting for, and Emma needs to know taking me doesn't mean forgetting Sarah. I would never want that. Thomas looked at Catherine's face in the fire glow, hit again by her soft smart and patience. In 3 weeks, she changed their daily life from mess to comfort, all while handling Emma's pushback with nice and knowing. Thank you, he said simple, for being patient with her, for knowing what she needs. Catherine's smile got softer. She's a great little girl, Thomas. Strong and loyal and smart. Sarah raised her well in those first years. The easy way Catherine said Sarah's name with respect, not jealousy, made something loosen in Thomas's chest. Maybe this unusual deal could work. Maybe they could make something good from the broken bits of their lives. Outside, the wind got stronger, shaking the window covers and reminding winter was coming. But inside the cabin, with the fire warm and bright, Thomas felt something he hadn't since Sarah died. The feeling his family was whole again, even if different. It would take time for pieces to fit perfect, especially for Emma. But for the first time in months, Thomas let himself think they were on the right way. Thomas's wood tools were spread on his workbench in the barn. Each tool kept nice and put exact. The smell of pine bits and oil filled the spot where he always found peace making useful, pretty things with his hands. This morning he was making a new shelf for Catherine's few things. A small way to help her feel more home in the cabin, the steady sound of his plane smoothing wood was stopped by loud voices outside. Thomas put down his tool and went to the barn door where he could see Emma standing strong in the yard while Catherine knelt by Lucy, who was crying. "I don't have to hear you," Emma was yelling. "You can't tell me what to do." Thomas stepped out, his jaw tight as he saw the scene. Lucy's dress was ripped at the knee and dirt on her face like she'd fallen. Catherine was soft, checking what looked like a scraped hand, while Emma stood arms crossed, full of mad. "What happened?" Thomas asked, his voice with power that made both girls stand straight. "Emma told me to climb the big tree," Lucy said through tears. "She said if I didn't, it meant I was a baby who needed a new mama. But I fell and hurt my hand." Thomas felt mad rush through him. "Emma, is this true?" Emma's strong look shook with not sure. "I didn't mean her to get hurt. I just wanted to show Catherine we don't need her caring all the time, by putting your sister in danger." Thomas's voice was sharper than he meant, and he saw Emma jump. "I can care for Lucy myself," Emma said, but her voice smaller. "I did it before Catherine came." Catherine finished cleaning Lucy's scraped hand and stood, her moves careful and even. Thomas could see she was trying to stay calm. "Emma," Catherine said, quiet. "Caring for someone doesn't mean showing how strong or brave they are. It means keeping them safe and helping when hurt." "I know that," Emma snapped, but tears came in her eyes. "Then why ask Lucy to do something dangerous for a 4-year-old? Emma's bottom lip shook. "Because everyone says how much better now that you're here. How Lucy doesn't cry and how's cleaner and food tastes good. Like we weren't good enough before." The words rushed out and Thomas felt his heart squeeze as he got what drove Emma's hard axe over weeks. Catherine knelt to Emma's height, her voice soft but strong. "Emma, look at me." Slow, Emma lifted her eyes to Catherine's face. "Nothing is better because I'm here," Catherine said, clear. "Things are different, but different doesn't mean better. Your papa did a great job caring for you and Lucy. He was just doing it alone, which is hard for anyone." "Then why did he need you?" Emma asked, voice breaking. Catherine looked up at Thomas, who nodded to go on. They talked this, knowing it would come. Because sometimes people need help, even good, strong people like your papa. When I was alone and scared, I needed help too. Your papa gave me a home when I had no place, and I help him with house and cooking because that's what families do. They help each other. But what if you decide no more help? What if you leave like... Emma stopped. Can't say her big fear. "Like your mama left." Catherine finished soft. Emma nodded, tears on her cheeks. "Oh, sweetheart," Catherine said, pulling Emma into her arms even with the girl's first fight. "Your mama didn't choose to leave. She got sick, and sometimes when very sick, bodies can't fight, no matter how much they want to stay. But you could choose to leave," Emma whispered on Catherine's shoulder. "I could," Catherine said, true. "People have choices, but I promised your papa and you girls I'd stay and be family. Do you know what a promise means to me?" Emma shook head. "It means I give my word, and my word is the most big thing I have. When I promise, I keep it no matter what, because that's who I choose to be." Thomas watched this with relief and like. Catherine handled Emma's fears with right mix of true and comfort, saying the girl's real worries while giving the safe she needed bad. "Come here, Lucy," Thomas said soft, and his young daughter ran to him with bandaged hand. He picked her up and took her to where Catherine and Emma hugged. "Emma," Thomas said, sitting on ground by them so he could look his older daughter in eye, "I need you to get something very big. Catherine didn't come because we weren't good enough. She came because we needed help and she needed family. Those are two different things." Emma pulled back from Catherine's arms, wiping nose on sleeve. "What do you mean?" "I mean, needing help doesn't make you weak or bad. It just makes you human." Thomas reached and fixed Emma's messy hair. "Before Catherine, I tried to do all. Care for you girls, run farm, cook, clean, fix clothes. I did best, but tired and worried all time I wasn't giving what you needed. You were good enough, Papa, Emma said strong. Thank you, sweetheart. But good enough and having help can both be true. Catherine helped so I can spend more time with you girls, not worry if laundry done or dinner eatable. Emma thought this, her young mind working adult hard things. And Catherine, Thomas went on, needed us too. She was alone and scared and no home. We help each other, Emma. That's what makes us stronger together than apart. Like when you and Mama helped each other, Emma asked. Exactly, Thomas said. Mama and I were teammates. We did what we were good at, helped with hard. That's what Catherine and I do now, teammates for family. Lucy, listening close while sucking thumb, said, Are you going to have a baby like Mama and Papa did? The question stayed, and Thomas felt his face hot. He and Catherine kept separate sleep and not talked if their deal ever become full marriage. That's not something we talked about. Lucy, Thomas said careful. But you could, right? Lucy kept with 4-year-old think. If you wanted. Catherine's cheeks pink, but she answered calm. Someday maybe, but right now we focus on family we have. You and Emma. Emma looked between adults, getting new info. Would you want babies with Papa? Emma? Thomas warned, but Catherine raised soft hand. That's fair too, she said. If your Papa and I decided someday to add to family, it would be because we thought you girls ready for little brother or sister, and because family's strong enough for new. I think I might like a baby brother, Lucy said, but not yet. I'm still the baby. Despite the deep talk, Thomas smiled at Lucy's straight say. You'll always be our baby, Lucy, no matter. Emma was quiet long, then looked straight at Catherine. If you had a baby, would you love it more than me and Lucy? Catherine's eyes teary at Emma's open question. Oh, Emma, no. Love doesn't work that way. If we ever had another baby, it wouldn't take love from you and Lucy. Love grows to fit who needs it. Like how you still love your little boy, Daniel, even though he's not here. Exactly, Catherine whispered. My love for Daniel doesn't make me love you and Lucy less. And if another baby, my love for you wouldn't make me love baby less. Emma nodded slow, like saving this for later. Then she looked at Lucy's bandaged hand, her face sorry. I'm sorry I made you climb the tree, Lucy. I didn't want you hurt. It's okay, Lucy said nice. But next time, can we play dolls instead? Emma smiled small. Yeah, we can play dolls. Catherine stood and brushed dirt off skirt. How about we go inside and I'll make tea with honey for Lucy's hurt hand. And maybe cookies if someone helps bake. I'll help, Emma said quiet. I'm good at stirring. I'm sure, Catherine agreed. Your papa said you helped Mom in kitchen instead of usual fight to Sarah talks. Emma nodded. Mama said I had good hands for baking because patient and careful. Those are best for Baker, Catherine said warm. As they walked to cabin, Thomas felt shift in family way. Emma's blow-up forced them to talk fears and not sure that simmered under, and somehow they came stronger. Later afternoon, Thomas watched from kitchen as Catherine and Emma worked side by side at counter, measuring flour and talking right way to cut butter in dough. Lucy at table with cornhusk doll, talking about dolls like cookies, too. Emma, Catherine said as they rolled dough. Want to learn jam tarts your papa mentioned? The ones Mama made? Emma looked up interested. You know Mama's jam tarts? I know jam tarts, Catherine said soft. Not exactly your Mama's. But if you remember how she did, you teach me. Emma's face bright with first reel. Happy Thomas saw since Catherine came. She made them flower shapes, let me use special cutters, put raspberry jam in middle because my favorite. Well, Catherine said, sounds you know exactly Mama's jam tarts. Want to teach today? Emma nodded fast, and Thomas felt throat tight with feeling as he watched daughter lead explaining Sarah's ways to Catherine, who listened respectful and asked good questions. This was what he hoped when he offered Catherine that storm night. Not just someone for housework, but someone honor Sarah's memory while helping girls make new ways. Someone who knew healing, not forget. As afternoon went, kitchen filled with sweet baked smell of cookies and tarts, Thomas went back to woodwork with lighter heart. The shelf for Catherine started as welcome, but now felt more sign of lasting place she made in lives. When dinner bell rang, he went to cabin. Found table set with Catherine's usual care. But tonight extra. Small plate of perfect jam tarts, each flower shape and filled with red raspberry. Emma made these, Catherine said proud as Thomas sat. She remembered every bit of Mama's recipe. Emma smiled proud and Thomas felt eyes sting with surprised tears. They look just like Mama's, he said true. Can't wait to taste. As they ate dinner and special tarts, Thomas saw something base change in family way. Emma no longer fought Catherine's there. She started work with it, ways to honor Mom's memory while taking new love and care Catherine gave. It wasn't end of a just time. Thomas knew more hard days, more doubt and test. But first time since Sarah died, he felt they moved forward, not just live. Later evening, as Catherine tucked girls in and Thomas cleaned kitchen, he thought on day events. Emma's crisis painful but needed. Clearing air let them all say fears and hopes true. When Catherine came from loft, she helped finish dishes. They worked in comfy, quiet few minutes. "Thank you," Thomas said at last, "for how you handled Emma today, for letting her teach you Sarah's tarts." Catherine smiled soft. She needed feel she could keep Mom's memory alive while taking me. "I get that fully." "You're very wise," Thomas said, meaning. "Not wise," Catherine said. "Just no loss. I know how big it is to feel loved ones not forgotten as they done cleaning and got for bed." Thomas felt thankful for woman who came in life that fall storm. Catherine Walsh McKenna proving exactly what family needed. Not replace lost, but bridge to what they could be together. The rusty garden tools lay scattered in barn corner like forgotten things from happier time. Thomas stopped morning chores looking at Sarah's hoe and rake, small spade for moving plants, wood stakes once held tomato plants. He hadn't touched since her death. Couldn't see garden beds she loved, empty and wild. But this morning, Catherine asked about them. "Thomas," she said at breakfast, "I saw a cleared spot behind cabin looks like old garden. Mind if I look?" Emma looked up from oatmeal with sudden like. "That was Mama's garden? She grew best veggies in Valley. I'd love to see," Catherine said soft. "Show me after breakfast?" Now, as Thomas gathered rusty tools and took outside, he felt known, tight in chest, always came with Sarah reminders. The garden, her pride and joy, her safe spot, where she spent hours growing life from dirt. He found Catherine and girls at edge of once neat rows. Weeds took over full, wood frames fallen under wild vines. It was sad sight. Nature taking back what loving hands once kept nice. "It was beautiful," Emma said, voice wishing. "Mama had flowers on edges, grew biggest pumpkins for fall. And over there?" She pointed to corner thick with thorns. "That's strawberry spot," Catherine nodded, thinking. Her knowing eye seeing past Mesta Garden's first plan. "Your mama had great taste. This set perfect for morning sun and afternoon shade. Soil looks good." She sang while working, Lucy added, pulling Catherine's skirt. "Pretty songs about growing." Thomas put tools down careful, noting how Catherine's eyes stayed on each, like reading history in worn handles. "These look well made," she said, fingers on hoe's smooth wood. "Someone cared good." "Sarah always cleaned after use," Thomas said quiet. "Gardener's tools like carpenters. They'd serve if you serve." Catherine smiled. "She right. Good tools like old friends. Get better with time and care." Emma looked Catherine's face close. "Do you know gardens?" "Some," Catherine said. "Mom taught me at your age. When James and I had farm in Kansas, I kept big veggie garden. It one thing I missed most when I had to leave. Could you make this garden grow again?" Lucy asked with 4-year-old straight hope. Catherine looked at overgrown beds, then Thomas. Big job. Take lots work to clear weeds and ready soil for planting. Up to your papa if want restored." Thomas felt 3 eyes on him waiting. Logic part listed good things. Fresh veggies, herbs for food and medicine, girls learn skills. But feeling part pulled back from idea, someone else hands in Sarah's special spot. "I don't know," he said true. "It very big to Mama." "I'm not sure, Papa," Emma cut in voice unusual serious. "Do you think Mama want garden stay weedy and dead? Or grow good things again?" The question hit Thomas hard. He almost heard Sarah's voice, soft but strong. "Thomas McKenna, don't let my garden be sad monument. Gardens for living, hope, growth, feeding loved ones." "She'd want grow again," he said quiet. Catherine stepped close, voice low, only he hear. "If too painful, Thomas, we don't have to. I get fully." Thomas looked at her face, seeing real care, with held back, excited. He thought how much joy Sarah took in garden, how she loved sharing with neighbors, teaching girls about seeds to food miracle. "No," he said at last, voice stronger. "Emma right. Sarah want garden alive again." But he stopped, need set lines. "I think should be different. Not try make exact what she had, but new honors what she built." Catherine's eyes bright. "Makes sense. Keep basic setup, but plant different kinds. Maybe add not there before. Could keep strawberry patch?" Emma asked Hope. "If plants alive under weeds, yes," Catherine said. Over next days, garden fix became family work. Thomas mornings clearing big trash and fixing worst weed hurt, while Catherine with girls pulled small weeds and found which Sarah's long herbs save. Work harder than thought. Years neglect let weeds deep roots. Some spots need break hard dirt. But something healing in hard work, working together for same goal. "Look," Lucy called one afternoon, holding small green shoot. "Found something growing." Catherine checked plant careful. "That's chives." "Very tough. Your mama's chives lived all time waiting find again." Emma wiped sweat from forehead, leaving dirt streak on cheek. Like mama left presents hidden in garden. They found other survivors. Stubborn mint spread past start. Oregano competed with weeds. And in Strawberry Corner, few tough plants showed life under wild cover. "These strawberries' strong roots," Catherine said as they cleared careful around surviving plants. "With care and food should give fruit next spring." Work brought surprise talks. As they worked side by side, Catherine shared tales of Mom's garden in Ohio, ways learned for plants together, and natural bug stop. Emma and Lucy told stories Sarah shared about garden parts, keeping her memory alive through fix work. Thomas found watching Catherine closer in garden times. Quality in her moves among plants reminded Sarah, not way, but gentle respect for growing. She handled small plants like gifts and talked to plants like they get her words. One evening, as they sat on porch after good day soil ready, Catherine took small notebook and started drawing. "What drawing?" Emma asked, looking over Catherine's shoulder. "Plan for garden. Want sure use space good and plant things happy together." Thomas leaned to see neat picture Catherine making. She'd put all they talked. Veggies for table, herbs for cook and medicine, flowers for pretty, attract good bugs. But added new, small remember corner for Sarah's roses replant. "You don't have to," Thomas said, quiet, touched by way. "I want," Catherine said. Sarah put heart in garden. "Should show that." Emma looked drawing hard. "Could put small sign with Mama's name? If Papa thinks okay, yes." Thomas felt throat tight with feeling. "I think very okay. Mama liked knowing roses still bloom." As fall got deeper and first clear work near done, Thomas saw changes in family ways. Shared work gave common goal. Working together made new ties between Catherine and girls. Emma Special seemed peace with Catherine there. She still talked Sarah often, but now with joy not defend sad. And begun asking Catherine teach new skills. How save seeds for next plant? How know good bugs? How make herb teas soothe winter colds, Catherine? Emma said one afternoon as they sorted seed packs Thomas bought in town. "Do you think Mama like what we do with her garden?" Catherine stopped work, thinking question serious. "I think Mama very proud. You and Lucy learn growing. Papa care land and garden feed family again. What more gardener want? And you're here teach things Mama would if not sick." "Some things," Catherine agreed careful. "But not try replace Mama teach Emma. Just share what I know, help remember what she taught." Emma nodded thinking. "Like two mamas but different times. Mama Sarah for before and Mama Catherine for now." The easy use of Mama Catherine made Thomas' heart skip. First time Emma used without Lucy push seemed surprise Catherine as him. "Is that okay?" Emma asked, sudden not sure. "More than okay, sweetheart. Greatest honor you give." As they ready for winter, garden clean ready spring plant, Thomas thought, on surprise healing from taking back Sarah's left spot. Work brought family together ways not thought. Seeing Catherine's soft care of Sarah's left eased last worries about unusual deal. Garden bloom again come.
Spring, different from Sarah's first plan, but rooted same love and care. Like family, built on base Sarah made, but growing new pretty own way. Lucy's small fingers worked careful with color pencils, tongue out thinking as she drew stick people around simple house. Paper covered with happy crooked flowers and bright yellow sun. But family group made Thomas' breath stop. 4 figures holding hands front cabin. Tall man brown hair, 2 little girls different dresses. Woman dark hair, wearing what looked Catherine's favorite blue dress. Above, Lucy drew another figure wings yellow hair, smiling down from cloud. "Tell me about picture, Lucy," Catherine said soft, sitting by 4-year-old at kitchen table. "That's our family," Lucy said proud. "Papa and me and Emma and you, Mama Catherine. And that's Mama Sarah watching from heaven, making sure happy." Emma, reading near, looked up interested, not pained such drawings might cause weeks before. "That's good, Lucy. You drew Mama Sarah's hair right. Yellow like sun." Thomas watched from room across, wondering how easy girls learned include both women in family think. Drawing caught something deep about new real, honor past while take now. Winter settling mountains real now. First heavy snow fell 3 days ago, covering Valley White, marking start season families close against cold. Thomas morning splitting wood, checking animals, sure ready for mountain weather. These months test family ties. Long days inside. Constant work keep warm fed. Challenge find fun and goal when outside gone under snow. Years passed, winter after Sarah death. Months almost can't bear. Cabin felt like grave. Full grief quiet. Broken only girls restless sad. This year different. Catherine threw self into winter ready with full way. Root cellar stocked, kept veggies from neighbors' gardens. Added wild berries, herbs she girls gathered fall. She'd weeks teaching Emma Lucy knit, filling evenings gentle needle click, and happy making warm mitten scarves. "Look, Papa," Lucy called, leaving drawing hold up wonky but no mitten. "I made for you." Thomas took gift with right serious, slipping child size over 2 fingers. "Fits perfect." "Thank you, sweetheart." Lucy giggled at Father Big Hand. "Try wear tiny make." "Too small. Need make bigger." "Think wonderful project next week," Catherine agreed, looking Lucy stitches with real like. "Getting better, keep even." Emma looked from own knitting, scarf almost 2 FD long even for 7-year-old. "Catherine, tell again about winter you mama snowed in whole month." Catherine settled rocking chair, own knitting lap. Sweater making Thomas, though secretive about project, only worked after girls' bed. "Well," Catherine started, voice story way girls loved. I about Emma age, lived little house bottom Valley, Ohio. Snow started Christmas Eve, didn't stop. Thomas listened close as daughters. Catherine gift bring stories life. Paint pictures, words make far places, times feel now real. But more, her stories always had soft lessons about strong, create, family stick through hard. By third day, snow up windows. Catherine went on, needles click steady as spoke. "Mama, I couldn't town. Couldn't barn without dig tunnels." "But know what? Month 1 favorite memories, why?" Lucy asked, curled floor with corn husk doll. "Because Mama, I had time together, no stop. She taught baked bread so good made house smell heaven. Showed play cards, embroider flowers, pillowcases. We read books loud, each other made up stories, people imagine other countries." Emma's needles stopped absorbed story. "Weren't scared trapped?" "Sometimes," Catherine said true. "But Mama said scared just mind protect danger might not real. Snow couldn't hurt long food, fuel fire. And each other." Thomas thought difference survive winter, truly live it. Last year, he girls just lasted cold months, count days till spring. This year, Catherine there changed daily ways. Winter felt chance, not test. "Catherine," Emma said, thinking, "do you miss Mama much?" Catherine's hand stopped knitting moment. "Every day, sweetheart." But learned missing, not only sad, can grateful. Grateful time together, things taught. Is how Papa feels, Mama Sarah? Thomas met Catherine's eyes room, liking how natural she include him talks without spot. "Why not ask?" Catherine said soft. Emma turned Thomas' serious dark eyes. Much Sarah's still take breath. "Papa think Mama Sarah every day?" "Yes," Thomas said simple, "every day." Sometimes sad miss much. "But more now, grateful lucky have her wife, you girls, daughters." "And now have Catherine too," Lucy said with 4-year-old think. "Yes," Thomas agreed, warm spread chest. "Now have Catherine too." Easy say Catherine lasting place family felt small wonder. Few months ago, Thomas drowning alone responsibility. Now home full soft talk, busy do, comfy ways, family learning thrive together. As afternoon went, Catherine started dinner while girls kept knitting. Thomas drawn help cook, something never thought bachelor months now natural. "Hand salt," Catherine said, "not look up from stew stir." Thomas did, noting how easy they learned work kitchen. Moves practice now, good from shared goal, grow comfy each habits. Henderson stopped while barn. Catherine said casual, "Mary invite us Christmas party next week." Thomas stopped slicing bread. Henderson's nearest neighbors. Good people kind after Sarah death. But social things hard Thomas since. Too many sad looks, awkward talks loss. "What tell her?" "I talk you. Thought girls enjoy see other kids. But get if want quiet Christmas home." Thomas thought. Emma Lucy missed social because his not want Facetown sympathy, but ages friends matter. Include celebrate make happy memories. "We should go," he decided. "Girls enjoy. Henderson's always good us." Catherine smiled, but Thomas saw quick, not sure her look. "What is it?" he asked soft. "Just some neighbors not sure our deal." "Mary Henderson kind, but others," Catherine shrugged. "Don't want cause problems, you girls." Thomas felt protect mad surge. He knew whisper talks town, guess looks when he Catherine church store. Unusual marriage raised brows gossip. Special who felt he moved fast, Sarah death. "Catherine," he said strong, "you my wife girl's mother." Anyone can't take that, not worth worry. Words surprise him strong true. Somewhere past months, Catherine stopped practical deal become must family happy. Idea anyone make her feel not welcome or wanted stirred fierce protect chest. Thank you, Catherine said soft. Thomas knew she needed hear more, he thought. That evening after girls' bed, Thomas Catherine sat firework projects. He carving wood animals, Lucy Christmas gift, while she worked mystery sweater. Thomas, Catherine said after comfy quiet, can ask something? Of course. Are happy how things out? Mean our deal? Thomas looked up carving, hit by open in voice. Are you? Asked first. Catherine said, small smile. Thomas put knife down, consider question. Was happy? Felt almost betray Sarah memory admit. But yes, he said last, I happy. Not same happy Sarah, but different. Grateful happy. Catherine nodded slow. Understand. Feel same. Are happy, Catherine. Happier thought be again, admitted. When knocked door night, desperate scared. Thought asking charity. Never thought asking home. Simple true words made Thomas chest tight feeling. Weren't asking charity. Answering prayer didn't know praying. They sat comfy quiet while fire cracked soft snow start fall outside windows. Thomas felt deep happy from be exact where belong exact people matter most. Catherine, he said later when go Henderson Christmas. Want all see what see. Woman saved family made house home again. Anyone problem answer me. Catherine's smile bright. Case honored go with husband daughter's party. Our daughters. Phrase sent warm Thomas chest. Somewhere way, without big say, become real family. Not just easy deal but group-bound choice, care, grow love. The yellow marriage paper lay hidden under Catherine's few underclothes. Small drawer, Thomas built belongings. Hadn't looked months, tried forget there, but sound horses come cabin sent hands, shake reach bad paper. Paper had two names, faded ink. Catherine Walsh, James Morrison. But James Morrison never real. Not way told Thomas. Not way matter legal papers. Man loved, father lost child. James Whitmore. Already married when took Catherine common law wife through cabin window. Catherine see well-dressed man get off horse. Friends stay horse like ready fast leave. Heartbeat hard ribs recognize visitor way. Authoritative way. He looked property before door. Thomas barn girls, showgroom horses. Catherine maybe 5 minutes before Wonderbring investigate. Knocked door sharp kneading. Catherine fixed skirt shaking hands. Opened fine man maybe 50. Gray beard, neat trim clothes show means learn. Mrs. McKenna, presume, he said. Voice crisp, power used, obey. Yes, Catherine got. Voice barely whisper. I Judge Harrison, Denver. Believe discuss past Taiwan, James Whitmore. Catherine's worst fears became real. Somehow after 2 years, hide name, pass found. Don't know mean. Come, Mrs. McKenna. Or say Miss Walsh, both know not true. Judge Harrison's eyes cold, not mean. May come? Talk better private. Catherine moved side slow. Mind race ways explain. Find none save life built. As Judge Harrison entered warm cabin smell, fresh bread sign, family life all, Catherine felt watch happiness break real time. Please sit, she said. Point Thomas chair fire. Comfortable home, Judge Harrison said, sitting study Catherine sharp eyes. Mr. McKenna done well. 2 daughters told. Yes, Emma Lucy. Catherine stayed stand, hands tight front. What want? Justice, Miss Walsh, or accountability, better word. Judge Harrison reached coat, took leather folder. James Whitmore married when start Taiyu, Kansas. Wife Margaret search proof activities separate. Catherine's legs weak. Sank Catherine rocking chair. Chair spent evenings knit tell stories girls. James dead. What difference now? Big difference legal widow fight will.
See, Mr. Whitmore left big estate questions property maybe got during Taiyu. Property legal her. Don't have anything, James, Catherine said desperate. When died, wife took all. Farmhouse, even son things. Left Kansas clothes back. Yes, about that. Judge Harrison opened folder, took papers. No record marriage, James Whitmore, Catherine Walsh. No record legal child. Kansas records, you just companion. Word hit Catherine hard. Companion, mistress, bad woman. All ugly names society use women live outside nice. However, Judge Harrison went, record bank account Denver name James Morrison. Believe alias James Whitmore. Account never closed, growing interest over 3 years. Catherine stared blank. Don't know any bank account. Maybe not. But seen Denver 6 months ago account used around time. Takeout made forged papers named Catherine Morrison. Accuse hung air poison. Catherine felt world tilt, get last. Think stole money, James Estate? Think, Judge Harrison said careful. Questions need answer. Questions true name, legal stand, recent due. Sound barn door close, reached through cabin walls. Followed voices Thomas girl's back horse lesson. Catherine, time up. Please, she whispered fast. Don't front children. They don't know. Think James of my married son real. Never mean trick anyone here. Judge Harrison's look softened bit. Miss Walsh, not here ruin life, no need. But serious claims made, must check. Cabin door opened. Thomas entered Emma Lucy beside. All three read cold lively from horse time. Scene might perfect family happy if not stranger sit judge all Catherine held dear. Catherine, Thomas said, see tight room right away. Everything okay? Judge Harrison stood extended hand. Mr. McKenna, presume. I Judge Harrison, Denver. Sorry come, but legal business talk, wife. Thomas shook hand careful, protect feel, clear, roused Catherine, pale face, stiff stand. What legal business? Papa, Emma said, pulled Thomas' sleeve. Who man? Why Catherine looked scared. Girls, Catherine said, force voice steady. Why go upstairs play quiet bit? Grown-ups need talk, but Catherine, Lucy started. Please, sweetheart, just little. Emma, with field child, lived one family bad, led Lucy ladder. But Catherine see worry young face. Way glanced back, afraid Catherine disappear gone. Once girls safe loft. Thomas sat usual chair, looked tired but set. Now, Judge Harrison, what's about? Afraid questions wife passed, Mr. McKenna, specific tie man James Whitmore, some money wrong maybe tied that tie. Catherine watched Thomas face Judge Harrison laid accuses. No legal marriage, no legit child, suspicious bank due. Saw mix up to shock, hurt, something harder far. Is true? Thomas asked, quiet eyes find Catherine across room. Catherine's throat felt close. Some, not all. Which part's true? Simple question need honest would break all. But Catherine can't lie more. James married when live together. Our son Daniel, not legit eyes law. But Thomas never took money from you, lied me. Thomas's voice flat, no feeling, way scared Catherine, more anger. You told Mary, James, let believe son legit. I trying protect yourself, Thomas finished. You protecting yourself? Judge Harrison cleared throat uneasy. Mr. McKenna, get hard, but legal questions still about bank. Miss Walsh, need come Denver, answer questions, takeouts name Catherine Morrison. I've never used name Morrison except... Catherine stopped, face lose color as memory came. Oh God, what? Thomas asked. When traveling look work, sometimes told people name Catherine Morrison, not Walsh. Sounded more nice. Like widow, not what really was. And did present Catherine Morrison any bank's money places? Judge Harrison pushed. Catherine's hands shook, try remember desperate months after Kansas. Time Denver, very hungry, very needy. Woman told man help people hard spots, give loans, but don't remember exact. So frightened alone. Thomas stood sudden walked window, back stiff tension. Mr. McKenna, Judge Harrison said soft, get shock, but serious. If Miss Walsh innocent, truth come. If not, she's not claimed be, Thomas said not turn. That clear. Words hit Catherine hard. Thomas, please. Yes, lied James Daniel, never stole. Trying live, find nice way live. When came door night, telling truth nowhere go, needy. Were you? Thomas turned face her. Catherine saw stranger eyes. How know true now? How know whole thing, marriage care girls? How know not another lie hide what really are? Catherine felt cabin floor fall under feet. Because know me, Thomas. Lived me months. Seen care Emma Lucy. Tried build life here. Thought knew you. Thomas fixed cold. But woman thought wouldn't build whole tie family deception. From loft sound, Lucy crying Emma voice, try comfort. Girls hear all. Catherine got horror. Witness break family second time young lives. Judge Harrison looked more uneasy domestic mess front him. Maybe stop talk. Miss Walsh need come Denver week answer questions money wrong. Fine courthouse. Pause door. Mr. McKenna. True sorry disruption home. No, Thomas said strong. Doing job, Judge Harrison. Like you come personal. Not send sheriff warrant. Catherine felt panic rise chest. Thomas sure not go now. Girls need honest. Thomas cut harsh. Something not getting. Emma's voice came loft, small scared. Papa, Catherine trouble. She go away? Innocent question broke Catherine's calm left. Buried face hands, shoulders shake silent cries. Thomas climbed ladder comfort daughters, voice soft them way no longer, Catherine. Come down, need talk. As Emma Lucy came down tear faces, Catherine felt Judge eyes her sympathy like. Miss Walsh, he said quiet. If innocent money charges, nothing fear come Denver. Truth comes out, and if guilty, Catherine whispered, then face what comes. But way, better face honest than keep run. Thomas set both girls' lap. Small faces turn Catherine mix up fear. Girls, Catherine go away while help people get things passed. But why? Lucy asked, tears down cheeks. Need Catherine. Who braid hair make good bread? Papa take care, Catherine said. Voice break. Always has. Always will. Emma studied Catherine's face. Eyes wise 7. You coming back? Catherine looked Thomas. No soft, no sign welcome return, even if clear name. Don't know, sweetheart, Catherine said true. Hope so. Judge Harrison stood, gathered papers. Miss Walsh, expect Denver Friday. Find at courthouse. Pause, door. Mr. McKenna, true sorry, disruption family. After Judge left, quiet-filled cabin, heavy cover. Girls held Thomas while Catherine sat frozen rocking chair. Can't process fast world broke. Catherine, Emma said last. Did really lie us Daniel, his papa? Catherine forced meet child eyes. Yes, Emma, did lie that. Ashamed truth, thought lie protect us. Wrong. But love us, right? You love me, Lucy, papa. Question broke Catherine's heart again. More anything world, sweetheart? More own life. Thomas's look softened bid exchange. But when Catherine looked hope, walls up. Pack things, he said quiet. Take down tomorrow, catch stage Denver. Thomas, please. Nothing more discuss, Catherine. Lied basic things. How trust else told. As Catherine climbed ladder gather few things, heard Lucy cry again, Emma asked if Catherine really never back. Sounds family pain. Pain she caused deception, followed her dark loft. Hidden marriage paper felt heavy hands tucked small bag. Proof lie seemed harmless told desperate stranger storm, but now broke only real happy known since Lowe's James Daniel. Tomorrow leave only home found 2 years wander. Face accuses theft fraud. Even if prove innocent, Thomas might never forgive lies built tie on. As lay awake bed, not hers much longer, Catherine listened quiet sounds, family settle night. Thomas heavy steps below. Girls whisper talks next bed, known creek cabin around. By tomorrow time gone, McKenna again family 3, bound blood, honest love, not deception, brought Catherine lives. Irony bitter sharp, try escape shame past. Brought greater shame people come love most world. The military medal lay buried under old letters, farm papers, bottom drawer, Thomas desk. Bronze surface, dark age, no care. Hadn't looked years. Tried forget young soldier earned courage acts, now seemed happen someone else. But tonight sat alone kitchen, daughters sleep restless loft above. Thomas held medal, remember what felt, make choices matter, fight worth keep. 3 days passed since Catherine left Denver Judge Harrison. 3 days Emma asked when coming home, Lucy cry sleep every night. 3 days Thomas fight mad, betray, alone cut deeper anything since Sarah death. Cabin felt empty again, worse before Catherine come. Now every corner memories her. Kitchen taught Emma jam tarts, rocking chair told stories fire, garden spot planned together spring. Absence real thing, heavy press chest every breath. Thomas turned metal hands, read known words conspicuous gallantry action. 22 earned. Lead desperate rush, save stuck unit Indian raid. Words spoke courage under fire. Quick act, face big odds. Where man now? Where soldier never wait live stake. Soft sound loft made look up. Emma climbing ladder nightgown, face pale set lamplight. Papa can't sleep. Thomas quick closed hand around metal gestured Emma sit beside. Bad dreams again. No dreams, just thinking. Emma leaned side serious look too common since Catherine go. Papa think mistake Catherine. Thomas felt jaw tight. Emma things adult ties don't get. Get Catherine loves us. Emma cut unusual strong. Get took care when needed. Never asked anything except belong somewhere. She lied us Emma big things. So Emma said quiet. Thomas looked daughter surprise. What mean? When Catherine first told mean things not true. Said didn't need but did. Said didn't like but did. Lied scared mad thought love Catherine mean bad mama memory. Thomas felt throat tight. Different sweetheart. Protecting feelings. Catherine lied who was but didn't lie love us. Emma's dark eyes like Sarah's searched face. Didn't lie want care be family. Those important things. Papa matter every day. From coat pocket, Thomas pulled letter came morning. Brief note Catherine neat right. Emma saw come, not asked what in, though Thomas see hope, worry fight young face. She wrote us, Thomas said quiet. Emma sat straighter. What say? Thomas opened letter. Note Catherine usual neat hand show distress. Small shakes crossed words emotional hard. Dear Thomas, Emma, Lucy, read loud. Staying boarding house Denver, judge checks accuses me. Want no, never took money, not mine. Bank mix from not understand names, desperate times, barely remember clear. Pray resolve soon. Forget if never forgive lies told past. Please tell girls love more words every moment part family gift treasure forever. Please care each other. With all love, Catherine. Emma quiet long process letter. Then looked Thomas tears eyes. Papa alone again like came doorstorm. Simple say hit Thomas hard. So focus on betray not full think what Catherine going. Face accuses theft strange city. No one support believe innocent. Brought self, Thomas said. Words felt empty, even spoke. Did? Emma asked strong. Or past bring. Catherine told alone scared 2 years before here. Maybe told lies try survive like animals forest pretend bigger scary or real. Thomas stared seven daughter amazed insight. Where learn think? From you, Mama Sarah, always told try understand why people do before decide good bad. Emma leaned shoulder again. Catherine lie Papa, but also sang Lucy nightmares, taught make Mama jam tarts, worked garden hands cut thorns. Those true too. Thomas thought weeks after Catherine come, how changed house, not big ways, but countless small serve care, how navigated Emma resist patient-wise. And Papa Emma went, if Catherine really stole money, why stay us not run far no find? Question hit Thomas strong. If Catherine thief, if use marriage cover bad do, why not gone first trouble? Why go willing Judge Harrison not flee night? Don't know, Thomas said. Think because loves us more scared trouble. And think, Emma stopped. Courage next words. Think love her too, Papa. Different love Mama Sarah, but real. Thomas felt chest tight feeling tried push. Emma, okay, Papa. Love Catherine not mean love Mama Sarah less. Taught when worried, call Mama Catherine. Said love grows fit who needs. Wisdom own words back daughter, clear get left Thomas no words. Pulled Emma closer. Wonder strength compassion young heart. What think do? Asked quiet. Think go Denver bring Catherine home, Emma said. No wait. Think fight family, like fight all important. Thomas looked military medal, clutched other hand. Conspicuous gallantry action. Earned not leave men situation hopeless. Make hard choice go forward, not back safe. What this but another battle? Family under attack, not enemy soldiers, but fear, pride, not understand. Catherine alone face accuses alone. Daughter's heart broke mixed. He sat kitchen, stuck hurt pride, not act protect matter most. Papa! Emma's voice small, not sure. Angry say things? Thomas looked remarkable daughter. Child somehow grew wisdom beyond years lost, strong love. No, sweetheart. Proud you. Proud courage big heart. Paused, make choice scary must. And think right, Catherine. Think time stop mad, start brave. Emma's face bright hope. Going Denver. We going Denver. Thomas fixed. All three us. If Catherine part family, family stands together. Even lied past. Thomas thought careful. Emma, everyone past not proud. Matters who choose be today, how treat love. Catherine chose mother you, Lucy, partner me. Chose stay face trouble not run. Those choices tell more who really than lies past. Emma arms around neck. Thomas felt not mad pride choke days loosen. Need pack, said. Stand lift, Emma. If leave first light, catch afternoon stage Denver. What animals? Farm? Ask Henderson check. This more important. As Thomas carried Emma back loft, whispered ear, Papa, think Catherine happy see us? Thomas thought woman came doorstorm, desperate alone, somehow become heart home. Thought soft hands braid Lucy hair, patient voice teach Emma knit, quiet their turned house back family. Think, said soft, Catherine happy see probably cry. Happy tears happiest all. Above Lucy moved sleep. Thomas heard mumble. Mama Catherine, mixed voice child between dreams wake. Tomorrow, if good, Lucy wake find Mama Catherine come home, Thomas chance tell woman loved. Yes, loved. Admit now, some mistakes worth forgive, some families worth fight. Military medal warm palm set nightstand bed. Tomorrow need courage again, but this time not fight strangers uniform. Fight woman saved family life built together. Some battles worth risk. This one. Sarah's Bible lay open small table beside Catherine narrow boarding house bed. Pages yellow age marked pressed flowers long lost color but kept delicate shape. Catherine carried Bible since leave McKenna cabin. Find comfort familiar heavy, despite funny seek peace another woman faith book. Found pressed flowers tucked Psalms pages. Tiny violets forget-me-nots. Sarah must picked long ago spring kept marks. Each flower felt message beyond. Soft remind love survived death. Separate. Even mistakes seem can't forgive. Knock door came afternoon soft but keep. Catherine put Bible aside rose bed. Expect boarding keeper news afternoon meet Judge Harrison. Instead, opened find Thomas stand narrow hall, hat hands, eyes hold look couldn't read. Behind, Emma Lucy looked around tall body, faces bright excited relief. Thomas. Catherine whispered. Hard believe real. What? How we came bring home, Lucy said. Push past father, throw arms around Catherine waist. Papa says part family stick together. Catherine knelt, gather Lucy arms. Tears stream, face breathed, familiar smell, little girl hair. Over Lucy head, met Thomas eyes, see forgive never hoped. May come? Thomas asked soft. Catherine nodded, stepped back, let tiny room her hide past 3 days. Space felt too small, Thomas' broad shoulders fill. Catherine sudden no shabby temp stay, compared warm comfort cabin. Emma hung back bit, usual straight-tempered, not sure. Catherine angry came? Papa not sure want see? Oh, sweetheart, Catherine said. Reach draw Emma close too. Never angry see you. Your most precious world me. Thomas closed door, soft stayed stand, hat clutched hands. Catherine, need talk happened. What next? Catherine's heart beat hard ribs. Come say goodbye, right? Make sure understood deception forever changed between. Girls, Thomas said soft. Wait hall few minutes? Need speak Catherine private. Emma Lucy looked carry secret get, then moved door unusual obey. Be right outside, Emma said meaning, like reassure Catherine not go far. When door closed, quiet filled small room. Catherine stayed seatbed edge, afraid stand, hope, breathe deep, lest moment break dream. Thomas put hat room single chair knelt before, bring eyes level hers. Catherine came apologize? Catherine blinked mix up. Apologize. Thomas, I lied. I won who your one survived. Thomas cut strong. Your one found way, keep go after lose all mattered. And when found place safe loved, brave tell truth, even new might cost all. Catherine shook head, fresh tears down cheeks. Should told start James not legal husband, about Daniel being about you woman loved deep lost all, wandered 2 years nothing hope keep alive. Thomas reached cup face soft. Catherine don't care law says Ty James, don't care Judge Kansas thinks son legit. Care woman sang songs, daughters taught Emma honor mother memory build new ways. Care woman made house home again, but accuses, bank account, resolved, Thomas said quiet sure. Judge Harrison told morning found proof real thief, man used many names, access left accounts. Your visit money lender Denver recorded, but only asked legit work chances. Never used account wrong. Catherine felt relief flood like real force. Then cleared full. Judge Harrison sends, sorry ordeal, asks, stop office before leave Denver, but only sign papers clear name official. Thomas' thumbs brushed tears. Catherine, free. Free suspect, free past. Free choose next. Wait 2 years run. Look over shoulder. Wonder past catch. Lifted Catherine's shoulders once. Felt dizzy relief. What next, whispered. Thomas quiet moment, hands still frame face. Depends forgive doubt. Let pride hurt feelings matter more new true character, Thomas. Nothing forgive. Everything forgive, said strong. Came desperate alone, gave shelter. Paid kindness, devote self-family. Love daughter's own, bring joy back lives. Moment past catch, left face alone. Catherine saw pain eyes. Real regret made heart ache him. Protecting Emma Lucy, said soft. Any good father same. Good father trust woman proven everyday months. Good father stand wife not let fear pride drive away. Thomas stopped. Voice drop, barely whisper. Good husband told wife love before send away no worth fight. Catherine's breath caught throat. Thomas, I love you, Catherine Walsh McKenna, not convenient deal, not fixed practical problem, but woman, partner, companion, other half heart. Thomas's voice got stronger each word. Love gentleness, daughters, strength face hard. Love, way honors, Sarah, memory, make own place, family. Love woman today, not despite past, because shaped someone values love home belong above all. Catherine felt world tilt, resettle around say, you love desperately, completely, forever. Thomas smiled. First real smile seen since Judge Harrison visit. If have us, like spend rest life prove. Catherine threw arms around neck, laugh cry same time. Yes, Thomas. Yes, all. They held each tiny boarding room. Catherine felt finally true come home. Not place, person, family, love weather storms survive. Mistakes grow stronger, tested. Soft knock door, stopped hug. Papa. Emma's voice thin wood. Come now? Lucy once hugged Catherine again. Thomas Catherine looked each burst laugh. Easy, joyful laugh, missing lives too long? Come, girls, Catherine called, voice bright happy. Emma Lucy came door, faces. Waiting hope. Coming home us? Lucy asked straight, climb Catherine lap like never away. If have, Catherine said. Look Emma over Lucy curls. Emma's smile bright. Brought things cabin, Papa packed careful. Even knitting needles sweater making him. Catherine looked Thomas surprise. Brought things? Couldn't leave behind belong wife, Thomas said simple. From outside sound other boarding residents daily do. But inside Catherine's small room, McKenna family whole again. Different before, tested, strengthened, but undeniable, unshakable whole. Catherine pulled Sarah's Bible closer, think-pressed flowers hidden pages. Fragile things somehow survive time change, like love brought moment. The sketch pad lay open, small table Judge Harrison office, Catherine's pencil move paper sure, confident lines. Drawing family see now, not broken pieces first come, but strong connected whole become choice love forgive. Thomas sat chair beside, watch hands bring story life, simple lines, gentle shade. Emma Lucy stood window, point marks busy Denver streets below. Voices bright adventure shared together. Paperwork done, Judge Harrison said. Sit behind desk, satisfied look. Miss Walsh, Mrs. McKenna, name official clear all charges. Sorry again distress check caused family. Catherine looked up drawing. Hand find Thomas automatic. Thank Judge Harrison, thorough kind all ordeal. Real thief caught, Judge went. Using dead people names access left accounts clever actually. Your bad luck use similar names, seek legit work-led mix, but time-proof clear no tie actual thefts. Thomas squeezed Catherine hand soft. What happened man really did. Face trial likely prison. Running scheme 3 areas nearly 5 years. Judge Harrison leaned back chair. Mrs. McKenna free go back life no shadow suspect. Reputation full back. Emma turned window, face serious. What about Catherine reputation town? Some said mean things before sordid. Judge Harrison smiled Emma straight. Young lady, truth travels fast as rumors. Right local sheriff explain end case. Suspect word spread fast. Stepmother complete innocent wrong, Lucy said from perch window. She's not stepmother. She's Mama Catherine. Judge Harrison said get, my sorry. Your Mama Catherine complete innocent. Catherine felt warm chest Lucy autofix. Even middle official do legal words. Daughters claimed full complete any birth parent hope. Papa, Emma said move stand Thomas chair. Can tell Judge Catherine drawing? Thomas looked Catherine raised brows, felt heat cheeks. Nothing special, just may see? Judge Harrison asked kind. Catherine waited, turned sketchpad him. Drawing showed 4 stand together front cabin, hands linked, faces turn, each love content. But special detail, Catherine added back. Faint, soft figure flow hair, kind smile. Watch all peace bless. Judge Harrison studied drawing quiet moment. Quite beautiful, Mrs. McKenna. Talent. Our family, Lucy said, proud. All us together, even Mama Sarah watch heaven make sure happy. See? Judge Harrison said soft. And happy? Mean? Emma answered all. Are now. Sad while Catherine come here. But Papa said sometimes families go hard things stronger. Like muscles stronger, use heavy work. Thomas chuckled, daughter practical-wise. Emma become philosopher. Children see truth clear adults, Judge Harrison said. Mrs. McKenna, hope not mind say, watch family today, way care each, way children speak love, clear whatever challenges brought together. Built genuine lasting, Catherine felt tears eyes. Thank Judge Harrison. Means more, no. One more matter, Judge went. Reach desk drawer. During check, found James Whitmore, late partner. Open account named James Morrison. Account legit, his open before death, had funds sale property Kansas legal wife no. Catherine felt Thomas tense beside. What mean? Judge Harrison took legal paper set desk. Means Mrs. McKenna as James common law wife mother child, regardless tech legal, moral, arguably legal claim funds. Legal wife got main estate. Account seemed try provide you Daniel, though died before make clear. Catherine stared paper, mind struggle process surprise change. How much money talk? Enough secure family future comfy. Enough grow farm, provide children learn, maybe set independent. Judge Harrison leaned forward. Choice all yours, Mrs. McKenna. Could claim funds right inherit or say no interest. Thomas looked Catherine, look careful blank. What want do? Catherine thought years wander, desperate hungry, fear never belong. Thought simple cabin become safe, garden planning together, future build love, hard work, not wealth. Want right, said Quiet. Judge Harrison, opinion, true entitled funds? Opinion, yes, absolute. James Whitmore chose share life, child, clear intend provide both. Fact legal marriage complicated, not stop moral duties, you Daniel. Emma moved closer Catherine chair. Catherine, mean rich? Catherine smiled, innocent question. Mean secure, sweetheart. Never worry, food, warm, sleep. But already don't worry, Lucy said, 4-year-old think. Papa good care us. Thomas looked softened, youngest daughter. Right, Lucy. Always enough, always. Catherine made choice surprise sure. Judge Harrison, accept half funds. Like other half go James' legal wife. Lost husband too, even marriage trouble. Seems fair, both benefit left. Judge Harrison brows up surprise. Quite generous, Mrs. McKenna. No legal must share, but moral must fare, Catherine said. James loved Daniel me, but her husband longer partner. Besides, look, Thomas girls, already everything true need. Thomas reached, took hand, bring lips, soft kiss. Mentioned lately love, Catherine McKenna? Not last hour, Catherine said, smile felt sun. Judge Harrison done paper efficient kind, explain details, funds move, legal protect. Now Catherine claim. As worked, girls fun examine official papers, ask endless questions, courts, judges work. Papa, Emma said thinking. If Catherine gets money, mean truly free, like no say doesn't belong us. Thomas stopped walk, knelt Emma level. Some might, sweetheart, but people matter. Opinions worth care, treat Catherine same before, because judged character, not gossip. And if anyone mean her, Emma's voice fierce protect remind Thomas strong self. Then answer her family. Thomas said strong, all us. Catherine felt tears eyes watch exchange. Year ago, woman no name, home future. Now mother, wife, woman legal stand, money secure, most big, family defend world if need. Come, said gather both girls close. Let's celebrate. Think call's biggest fancy dinner Denver offer. With cake? Lucy asked Hope. With biggest cake, Catherine said Walk Hotel. Late afternoon sun paint mountains gold rose. Catherine's silent prayer thanks second chances. Storm brought Thomas door. Courage tell truth even hurt. Love survive test. Behind, courthouse stood sign justice done truth shown. Ahead lay home family future built strongest base all love free given grateful God. The new wedding ring caught morning sun Catherine worked garden. Simple gold band, warm finger, careful move seedlings, rich dark soil. Thomas made self-long winter evenings, melt old jewelry, shape patient skill brought woodwork. Nothing like fancy ring James gave years ago, but meant way more. Sign choice, commit, love grown slow, sure most practical start. Spring come early, Colorado mountains year, garden answer eager plenty. Strawberry plants. Catherine girls saved neglect, put new runners, tiny white flowers, promise sweet fruit summer end. Herb part already show green shoots chives, oregano time survived winter, while new plant veggies made neat rows soon give table. Mama Catherine, Lucy called cabin front porch, voice bright excited. Henderson wagon coming road. Catherine stood planting, brush soil hands, adjust sun hat. Henderson visits more often since family back Denver. Part because Mary Henderson real friend, mostly because youngest son Billy got serious puppy love Emma. Thomas came barn repaired harness. Sleeves up dark hair, bit mess work. At 33, looked younger hard months after Sarah death, like happy lifted years shoulders. Expecting Hendersons? Asked, arm around Catherine waist casual close-grown months marriage. Mary said might stop see garden go, Catherine said. Lean solid warm. Suspect Billy Henderson look, excuse see Emma again. Thomas groaned nice. She's only 7. Bit early, boys, pay attention. Tell Billy. Catherine laughed. Last Sunday after church, spent 20 minutes explain Emma skipped stones, right? Even she's skipped since 4. Emma came doorway. Hair neat braided, Sunday dress, change practical cotton Catherine sewn every day. At 7.5, Emma grow older, sister roll grace sure. Equal comfy, help Lucy care work side adults garden house jobs. Billy coming? Emma asked, studied no care fool no one. Among others, Thomas said barely hide fun. Remember, young lady, chores finish before social. The Henderson wagon pulled yard usual happy mess. Mr. Henderson call greet. Mrs. Henderson careful climb down covered basket sure hold food. Offer their 3 kids tumble boundless energy youth. Billy Henderson 9 grown near 2 in since winter now tall over Emma awkward pride boy find useful girls. First words all Emma like adults not there. Emma brought something. Papa helped make workshop. Catherine trade fun look Mary Henderson as Billy showed small wood box-fitted lid. Emma, I brought you something. Papa helped me make it in his workshop. Catherine exchanged an amused glance with Mary Henderson as Billy produced a small wooden box with a carefully fitted lid. Emma accepted it with the dignity of a princess receiving a state gift. What is it? Lucy asked, pressing close to examine Billy's offering. Open it and see, Billy said, his cheeks reddening slightly. Emma lifted the lid to reveal a collection of smooth river stones in various colors and sizes, each one perfectly shaped for skipping across water. Billy Henderson, Emma said solemnly, these are the most beautiful skipping stones I've ever seen. Billy's grin could have powered the entire territory. I collected them all spring. The flat ones skip the best, but the round ones make bigger splashes. Would you like to test them in the pond? Emma asked, and the two children ran off toward the small pond behind the barn, with Lucy trailing behind and calling for them to wait for her. Catherine watched them go with a mixture of amusement and something deeper, a recognition that the children were growing up in an atmosphere of security and joy that allowed for such innocent pleasures. It was a gift she hadn't fully appreciated until she'd nearly lost it, Catherine, Mary Henderson said warmly, embracing her friend with genuine affection. You look wonderful. Marriage to Thomas certainly agrees with you. Thank you, Mary. Marriage to Thomas agrees with all of us. The two women walked toward the garden while Thomas and John Henderson examined the repairs Thomas had made to his barn roof over the winter. Their friendship had deepened considerably since Catherine's return from Denver, partly because Mary Henderson had been one of the few neighbors to publicly defend Catherine during the accusations, but mostly because they discovered a genuine compatibility of temperament and interests. My goodness, Mary breathed, looking at the flourishing garden beds. Catherine, this is remarkable. You've accomplished more in one season than most people manage in 3. Catherine felt a warm glow of pride. The soil here is wonderful once you clear away the weeds and give it proper attention. And the girls have been such help. Emma especially has a real talent for growing things. Sarah would be so pleased, Mary said softly, then paused as if worried she'd overstepped. Catherine smiled, the mention of Sarah's name no longer causing the awkward tension it once had. I hope so. I've tried to honor what she built here while adding my own touches. They toured the expanded garden, Catherine explaining her plans for fall plantings and the herb sections she hoped to establish for medicinal purposes. Mary's enthusiasm was genuine and informed. She was an accomplished gardener herself and offered several useful suggestions about companion planting and natural pest control. Catherine Mary said as they paused beside the memorial corner where Sarah's roses were putting out new growth. I wanted to tell you how much the community has come to respect you. Not just because your name was cleared, though that certainly helped, but because of who you've proven yourself to be. Catherine touched one of the rosebuds gently. I know there was talk when I first arrived, some of it quite harsh. Small communities can be quick to judge, Mary admitted, but they're also quick to recognize genuine character when they see it. The way you've cared for Thomas and the girls, the way you've contributed to church and community activities, the grace you showed during that terrible time when you were accused. People notice these things, and the fact that I was living in sin with James, that I bore an illegitimate child, people notice that too. Mary was quiet for a moment, considering her words carefully. Some people do judge you for your past, Catherine. I won't lie about that. But more people judge you for your present, for the woman you are today, the mother you've become, the wife you are to Thomas. Catherine felt tears prick her eyes. Thank you for saying that, Mary. It means more than you know. Besides, Mary added with a mischievous smile, anyone who tastes your apple pies at the church socials stops caring about anything else except getting the recipe. They laughed together, the sound carrying across the yard to where Thomas and John Henderson were now, examining Thomas's latest woodworking project, a cradle he'd been crafting with particular attention to detail. Mary noticed Catherine's gaze and followed it to the men. Catherine, is there something you'd like to share? Catherine felt heat rise in her cheeks but couldn't suppress her smile. It's early yet. We wanted to be certain before telling anyone. Mary squeezed Catherine's hand with delight. Oh, my dear, how wonderful. When? Late fall, we think. November or December? Catherine placed her hand protectively over her still flat stomach. We told the girls just last week. Lucy is convinced it will be a baby sister who will need her to teach everything important. Emma is hoping for a brother so she can teach him to fish and skip stones. And Thomas. Catherine's smile grew even brighter. Thomas says he doesn't care as long as the baby is healthy and I'm safe. But I've caught him looking at baby clothes in the general store with a very particular expression. The cradle makes sense now, Mary observed. John mentioned that Thomas was being unusually secretive about his woodworking lately, as if summoned by their conversation. Thomas appeared at Catherine's side, his arms settling around her waist in the protective gesture that had become habit. "Are you tiring yourself?" he asked with the gentle concern that had marked his behavior since they'd confirmed Catherine's pregnancy. "Thomas McKenna," Catherine said with fond exasperation, "I'm growing a baby, not dying of consumption. I can manage a conversation with Mary Henderson without requiring medical supervision." Mary laughed at the familiar dynamic. "John was exactly the same way when I was carrying our first. You'd think women had never had babies before?" "Women I love have never had babies before," Thomas replied with such simple sincerity that both women felt their hearts melt a little. The afternoon passed in the comfortable rhythm of good friends sharing simple pleasures. The children returned from their pond expedition, muddy but triumphant, with Lucy proudly announcing that she'd skipped a stone 3 whole times. Emma and Billy had progressed to building elaborate stone towers. Their heads bent together in serious consultation about engineering principles they barely understood, but approached with complete dedication. As the Henderson family prepared to leave, Billy once again focused his attention entirely on Emma. "Emma, next Sunday after church, would you like me to show you the place where I found the best skipping stones?" Emma considered this invitation with the gravity it deserved. "Will Lucy be able to come too?" "I suppose," Billy said with the resigned magnanimity of a boy learning that loving Emma meant accepting Lucy as part of the package. "Then yes, Billy Henderson. I would like that very much." As the wagon disappeared down the mountain road, Catherine stood on her porch with Thomas's arm around her and their daughters playing at their feet, watching the sun begin its descent toward the western peaks. The scene was so perfectly peaceful that she felt almost guilty for being so happy. "Thomas," she said quietly, "do you ever worry that this is too good to last?" Thomas considered the question seriously, as he considered all her concerns. "No," he said finally. "What we have isn't built on luck or chance, Catherine. It's built on choice. The choice to love each other, to forgive mistakes, to work together towards something better than what we had alone. Even when I was deceiving you about my past, especially then, because even when you were protecting yourself with lies about James and Daniel, you were choosing to love Emma and Lucy with complete honesty. You were choosing to care for our family with everything you had." Thomas turned her to face him. "That's the choice that matters, Catherine. Everything else is just details." Emma looked up from her game with Lucy. "Papa, when the baby comes, will we need a bigger cabin?" Thomas and Catherine exchanged a glance over the girls' heads. They'd actually been discussing that very question along with several others about their expanding family's needs. "We might," Thomas said carefully. "Would you girls like a bigger cabin?" "Only if Catherine gets to design the kitchen," Emma said practically. "She knows better than anyone what we need for cooking and storing food." Lucy nodded seriously. "And the baby will need a room close to Mama. Catherine, so she can hear if it cries." Catherine felt her heart swell with love for these remarkable children who had accepted her so completely into their family that they couldn't imagine making major decisions without including her needs and preferences. "We'll figure it all out together," she said, gathering both girls close. "That's what families do." As twilight settled over the mountains and the first stars appeared in the darkening sky, the McKenna family moved inside their warm cabin for the evening rituals that had become precious tradition, Catherine reading aloud while Thomas whittled and the girls worked on their knitting, the comfortable silence punctuated by gentle conversation and easy laughter. Later, after the girls were asleep and Catherine and Thomas sat by the dying fire, Catherine reflected on the remarkable journey that had brought her to this moment. A year and a half ago, she'd been a desperate woman, fleeing from shame and poverty with nothing but the clothes on her back and a heart full of grief. Now she was Catherine McKenna, wife to a good man, mother to 2 remarkable girls, respected member of her community, and expecting a child who would be born into security and love. The transformation still amazed her sometimes. "What are you thinking about?" Thomas asked softly, noting her contemplative expression. "About second chances," Catherine replied. about how sometimes the worst storms bring the greatest blessings. Thomas smiled and pulled her closer against his side about how a practical arrangement can become the greatest love story of all. Outside, the Colorado wind sang through the pines that sheltered their small cabin. And inside, two people who had found each other in desperation now held each other in joy, planning for a future filled with the kind of happiness that grows slowly and surely from the fertile ground of choice, commitment, and grace. The new wedding ring on Catherine's finger caught the firelight as she laced her fingers through Thomas's, and she thought about the inscription he'd carefully engraved inside the band. Chosen with love. It was perhaps the truest summary of their entire story. A family created not by accident of birth, but by the deliberate choice to love, to stay, to build something beautiful together from the broken pieces of their separate lives. In the loft above, Emma and Lucy slept peacefully under quilts Catherine had sewn, dreaming perhaps of baby brothers or sisters, of stone-skipping contests and garden adventures, secure in the knowledge that they were loved and protected and part of something permanent and good. And in the quiet of the mountain night, the McKenna family rested in the deep contentment that comes from knowing that home is not a place, but a choice. The choice to love each other through storm and sunshine, through mistakes and forgiveness, through all the ordinary miracles that make a life worth.